Well, one of the fake electors is trying to claim she was duped and it's not her fault that she tried to help uh, overturn the election.
The charges are making national headlines today, and this video is at the center of it all. So-called fake electors trying to get into the state capitol building back in December of 2020 and cast votes for former President Donald Trump. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. More than 3 years later, 16 people facing criminal charges, and tonight we are hearing exclusively from one of those defendants.
Paula Tutman is live with that conversation, and Paula, this person tells a much different story.
Well, yes, she absolutely does. So let's just start with the day where I actually went down the list and started calling every single one of those delegates. I know that they're in legal jeopardy right now, but I wanted to at least give them an opportunity to talk. Didn't get in touch with any of them until I got to Michele Lundgren. Now, she's 73 years old. She actually ran in 2022 as a Republican for a state representative. She was unsuccessful. That's Wayne County's 9th district in Detroit. She said she is a duly designated delegate for the Republican Party. She says when she was called to a meeting, she thought she was going as a delegate, not as an elector. Take a listen.
We were duped.
Michele Lundgren is the 9th name on the list of accused fake electors charged by Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel with 8 felonies that carry up to 80 years in prison if convicted.
80 years? She's not even 73. She's definitely gonna only serve part of that, like probably 10, 15, maybe 20 years.
Are you recording this?
Yes, you're being recorded.
This morning, she gave me permission to record our phone conversation, where she explains her version of how her name got on the list of 16 total co-defendants in a scheme the Attorney General alleges tried to steal Michigan's votes for Donald Trump.
The scam was bigger than all of us.
She says she was summoned to Michigan's Republican Party headquarters.
We were told to come. They needed us, and we went, and we were given cake and coffee. We were called by a member of the Republican Party. Be sure you come. We really need your help. I asked if my husband could come in. They said no outsiders, and that became very alarming to me. This was kind of suspicious.
She and others were told not to take pictures. She says she and her fellow Republicans, whom she believed to be delegates, not actual electors, were asked to sign in on an index card. Even though she was told not to snap photos, she did, and she emailed them to me this afternoon. She says it proves someone took her signature, along with the others in the room, off a plain piece of paper and transposed them to an official federal election document.
We signed a sign-in sheet with our names. It fits right into the real elector ballot.
Also in a...
That is pretty compelling evidence. Pretty fishy, being told not to take pictures. Maybe her signature was forged, or she could just be claiming it was to try to get out of trouble.
Attendance, she says.
We walked to the Capitol building with, it's all in the news, it's all in Google, with attorney Ian Northam, a Trump attorney, and we were not allowed in the building. I was in...
Oh, she actually went to the building? Interesting. Her story is pretty interesting. I honestly don't believe her.
Innocent little bystander in this whole thing, thinking I was doing my civic duty.
Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says she's got proof these 16 Michiganders deliberately and knowingly posed as electors, knowing they were not. But at the Capitol that day...
That's all I'm going to say. I've been sworn to secrecy.
This plan to reject the will of the voters and undermine democracy was fraudulent and legally baseless. The false electors' actions undermine the public's faith in the integrity of our elections.
Yeah, so keep in mind, she is, Michele Lundgren, that is 73 years old. She tells me she is terrified that she could be convicted and spend the rest of her natural life in jail. Remember, these charges...
Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo-hoo. don't commit the crime. I mean, isn't that what Republicans always say? Can't do the time, don't do the crime. I mean, there's been people younger than her that's been convicted over n- uh, uh, over crimes that they didn't commit and spent, 30, 40, 50 years in jail. When that happens to you, you can start complaining.
Can go up to 80 years in prison if these folks are convicted. Their first day in court is August 10th.